I don't think the managers were that bad this weekend. I think the managers, I'll give it to them. It was just small details that brought about some of the results in the matches. For me, I didn't see any tactical change that's brought about a defeat or something.
He done it!
If you think today's Premier League results make sense, you definitely didn't watch the games. For sure, today Premier League games have absolutely changed in different dynamics. And hey, today one particular result shows there's deeper problems into the Premier League games for sure. And guys, if you just join me, with me is Ima. Real Madrid have just won and get to the top of the La Liga table as well. Barcelona set to play tomorrow, and we'll be giving it to you as it is. So remember to hit the subscription button, like and share the video. Ima, which results today surprised you the most and why?
Well, I think I'll go to Germany. Bayern Munich losing at home to Augsburg. I think it was the surprising result for me today. I wasn't expecting them to lose the game at the Alliance Arena, but unfortunately, they lost to Augsburg this afternoon.
Yeah, they lost to Osborne, and that's the surprising game. Liverpool one didn't surprise you against Bournemouth.
Yeah, I wasn't that surprised. Liverpool playing away from home, at the Vitality Stadium. It was always going to be a difficult game for Liverpool. Bournemouth is a very stubborn side. Despite them losing their players, still they have a very strong team, and Andoni Raiola too is doing a very good job with the team. So yeah, I wasn't surprised that they got the late winner in that game.
So, which team impressed you tactically, not just on the scoreline?
Well, I wasn't much impressed with the tactics that much today because I feel like some of the results were quite decent, but it wasn't extraordinary. So I'll say it was a very okay result for the team, but like the tactical brilliance from the coaches wasn't in display that much today.
Yeah, that one for sure. But then, was there any results that flatters the winning team?
Well, I think Manchester City. We all know Wolverhampton Wanderers have been going through their own problems this season, and sitting at the Etihad Sports Stadium to get the win, they might think their team is, ready to go, and it's okay. We saw them against Bodo Glimt in the midweek in the Champions League. They didn't perform, so they also needed this result. But I feel like there are more problems in the team that they should look at. But some of these things will just mask all those cracks, and they feel like they are good to go. But there are still things that Pep Guardiola and his boys have to do.
So, which team should be worried after today's performance?
Well, after today's performance, I think those who are already the league leaders in a form of Arsenal, they have to be very careful now because now City 2 is also closing the gap. Now it's been reduced to 4 points. If nothing happens tomorrow and it stays this way, then it has been reduced to 4 points, and it will give more pressure on the team that I expected. I feel like yeah, if Manchester City gets their grounding that perfect and get things running very well, they'll be a very dangerous side. They've won the league, in recent years, back to back. So they have the experience already and they have an experienced coach. So coming back to win the league won't be a problem for them. And I think now there's a lot of pressure on Mikel Arteta and his boys. I'm just hopeful that tomorrow he will deliver and the boys too will just get a good result against Manchester United.
So, did the big teams deliver today, or did any of them get away with it?
Yeah, I think some of the big teams they delivered. Real Madrid won their game. A kind courtesy Kylian Mbappe with the 2 goals. Borussia Dortmund won. Manchester City won their game. Unfortunately for Tottenham Hotspur, they couldn't win. And also, as I said earlier on, Bayern Munich also sat at the Alliance Arena and also lost by 2 goals to 1. So yeah,
Liverpool too lost by
yeah,
3
Liverpool
goals
too
to 2.
lost by 3 goals to 2.
Wow. So I was thinking Bournemouth as Semenyo getting out of the team in January could have affected the team so much, but it looks like they are surviving with it.
Yeah, I wasn't, that surprised that they got the win because they play as a team. It's not much of individual brilliance. The Bournemouth team, they play as a collective unit. So when you take one out and they get a perfect replacement, they are good to go. Their system is already there, and the coach knows what he's doing. He's already built the team, and he knows how to shift the boys to get his results. For me, they've lost a very great player in the shape of Antoine Semenyo, but yeah, I see them to be that Brighton and Hove Albion type of team that they can sell players and still recruit better players to fill in the gaps. So yeah, I wasn't that much surprised.
So are we seeing more consistency, or is just all same Real Madrid?
Well, I think after the loss against Albacete, I don't know what Alvaro Arbeloa told his boy, but I think now you can see a bit of seriousness in their play. They attack very well and they defend also very well. Their last game they won, I think 6-1 in the Champions League, and today they went away from home against a team that was placed that is third on the league log, and they got a massive win from them. So yeah, I think if it is to continue this way, then I think Alvaro Arbeloa stands a chance of getting the job as the Real Madrid coach. If nothing changes and it stays this way, they are good to go because now it's just a point between them and their rivals Barcelona. But the way the player I saw from Real Madrid today was quite impressive.
Was quite impressive. But which star player stepped up when it matters most today?
Of course, it was Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, for sure, because he stepped up. He got the goal that gave Madrid that sort of calmness, that sort of control. Because if you are leading up a goal to nil, then you can also play your football that you want to play. So he gave them the goal, and late in the game, he got a penalty and also doubled the lead for Real Madrid. So yeah, I think Kylian Mbappe has always been the go-to guy for Real Madrid, and he's always stepped up to the occasion when it matters most.
And any big name player who completely went missing in the game?
Yeah, I think today it was Mohamed Salah. I was expecting more from Mohamed Salah, but today his performance wasn't that good. His performance against Bournemouth was that bad. And I don't know whether it's fatigue. I'm coming back from the AFCON, the fatigue has set in or something, but his performance today wasn't quite impressive.
And which manager got their tactics spot on today?
Well, I think I'll give it to Alvaro Beloa. Playing away from home. Seriously, I wasn't expecting Madrid to win the game. I thought maybe they could get a draw or something, but playing against a team that is third on the league and getting 2-0 win over them, I don't know. I think now the boys are really, they are willing to play for the club. You can see the passion. Now Vinicius Junior's, determination, his seriousness level is up there, and I think it's very good for the club. So I'll give it to Alvaro Beloa.
So do today's results expose tactical weaknesses teams can exploit?
For sure, yeah, it's always with the teams. There's no team that is 100% up there. Definitely, you found loopholes in them. For Liverpool, I don't want to talk about Liverpool that much because this season their performance hasn't been that good. So there are a lot of loopholes in their team. And I think teams have also taken advantage of that and they are exploiting that loopholes. Yeah, so I think for now, I would say they are there. Liverpool, unfortunately for Bayern Munich too, their performance was not that good today and they lost. So yeah, I think there are some loopholes in some of the teams and they have to sit down and check all those loopholes.
So Ima, did any manager get out coach or make costly in-game decision today?
Oh, well. I don't think it's the managers were that bad this weekend. I think the managers, I'll give it to them. It was just small details that brought about some of the results in the matches. But for me, I didn't see any tactical change that's brought about a defeat or something. But for sure, I think Thomas Frank can also do something better with the Tottenham Hotspur team. For me, I think they have the players that can win like certain games. You can't just travel to Burnley and be playing like 2-2 with them. And, today their performance wasn't that good. So if I'm to point one coach, I think I'll just point Thomas Frank. He has the players, he can do better with the squad.
He has the players and he can do better with the squad for sure. And were substitutions a turning point in any match today?
Well, I didn't see that our substitutions to play any major role. The matches that I watched, I think it was just the players who started the game together with those who came from the bench that got the results. There wasn't any massive, player coming from the bench that changed the face of the game. So I won't give it to the coaches. I think they just did perfect job together as a unit.
And which team is slightly dangerously towards a crisis?
For sure, it's Wolverhampton Wanderers. They're already down there, so yeah. For me, one team that impressed me very well today was also West Ham United. Because looking at them, Sunderland is in right now and getting 3 goals against them in the first half, I think they had a very, very, very good game. I got the chance to watch them, and I think, today, Nuno Espirito Santo and his boys did a massive, massive, massive job at the London Stadium. So I'll give it to them.
Because West Ham is one of the oldest club in Premier League for sure. For them to be in the relegation zone, I always knew maybe they will come up, but it's always a time maybe they needed patience. Do we had any VAR controversial in today's games?
Yeah, decision, and I think he had a perfect call. Today his performance was good for a debutant to get this kind of performance. I think
it was a Manchester City game today.
Yeah, it was a Manchester City game today, but the referee who officiated the game today was his debut. He has never officiated any game in the Premier League. Yeah. So with his performance, I think now we can have a bit of hope in the upcoming English referees, because I didn't see anything wrong with the decision he took on the field, because the ball was not, he didn't meet the ball. Already his hand was up and the player played the ball to meet his hand.
Yeah.
You get it? So I think the call was right. Yeah, for me, and there's nothing he can do. He was just trying to, it's natural. There's no way he can put his hand, at the back or something. It was natural. It was just a perfect call from the referee, and I think he got it spot on.
So how did today's results affect the title race?
Well, it's definitely affected it, because Manchester City is now closing the gap. If Arsenal don't win their game tomorrow, then everything has changed on the league table. Mind you, Aston Villa is also coming in. If they get their win tomorrow and also Arsenal drop points, then they will be second on the league log. And I think they will put more pressure on Arsenal.
So talking about Arsenal-Manchester United game, what do you think about the upcoming tomorrow? Because it's a big Super Sunday clash. And we know there's a rivalry between these two clubs. And you being an Arsenal fan and Manchester City wins their game today, don't you think there will be a little bit pressure on Arsenal tomorrow?
Well, match day one, we traveled to the Old Trafford to get a 1-0 win against them. During that game, they had a perfect game. The possession was good. They had some decent chances that they could have converted, but unfortunately they couldn't, and Arsenal got a 1-0 win. Last week, Saturday, I saw them in the game against Manchester City. I think Michael Carrick is trying to do something different from Ruben Amorim. So, yeah, it's a very big game. It is a very, very, very big game tomorrow. And I'm hoping Mikel Arteta and his boys will step up to the occasion. For me, I think if they are to compete for the title, some of these games are the games that you have to win to, compete properly for the title. I'm tipping Arsenal to win the game tomorrow. Looking at what I saw last week for Manchester United, they can pull up any surprise tomorrow. Yeah.
Pull up any surprises tomorrow. And remember that next week there's going to be Champions League games again, final games of the Champions League. Don't you think Arteta will sacrifice this game for the Champions League game?
No, I don't think so, because he's already qualified to the next stage of the competition, the round of 16. So I don't think he will sacrifice any player for that game, because this game is a massive game too. And even if even with the game against the game in the Champions League, it is just against Cairo Almaty, so it is not a big game that he has to rest players. He can even use the second side, and mind you, has Arsenal is the only team in the Premier League that has a very 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 good team. Those who are coming from the bench and those who will start the games, you can see that they have a proper balance in their team, and I think that has been of a very good help for Mikel Arteta this season. So I'm looking forward to it that he will use his full starting 11 for tomorrow. And mind you, now, fortunately for us, he has his full squad. There are no injuries in the team at the moment, so every player is fit to play for us now tomorrow.
So was there a refereeing call that deserves serious criticism in this?
Well, I don't think so. I think today, apart from the incident that happened at the Etihad Sports Stadium with the referee, I don't think the referees created much of a news around themselves. I think they had a very good game today.
Okay, and which team took a massive step forward today?
A massive step forward from teams. Yeah, I think it's West Ham United. Yeah, they've really shown that they want to get out of that relegation side and play in the Premier League again next season. So they are trying their possible best to avoid the relegation, and I think they are doing a very very good job.
They are doing a very, very, very good job for sure. That takes us to the end of the session for sure. And guys, if you just join us and you are new, remember it's Ashili Sports. Hit the subscription button, like and share the video. Let's know your opinions. Tomorrow there are games coming on for sure. Which game of your favorite team won today and you think they did massively well? Leave it in the comment section for sure. And your scoreline predictions between Manchester United and Arsenal in the Emirates Post, let us know in the comment section. Like, share, and also subscribe to our Ashili Sports channel for in-depth analysis and tactical formation of this beautiful football game. See you in the next game. Ciao.